we've been together for quite a period of time.
It's nice to reminisce, though.
Yeah, but in the beginning.
But do you want me to tell him what you really said when you first saw me that day?
Nice yabos.
It's the Scott and Allie Not for Air podcast. The rules are gone. The shirt is untucked. Here's Scott and Allie.
Well, here we are, number 200 of the Scott and Allie Not for Air podcast. Welcome.
Happy 200.
Oh my God, I didn't think we'd make it past 2. Oh wait, I wasn't even here for the first 2. I didn't show up to like number 4 or 8.
Right? And now, see, once we got into it, now you love it.
Sure.
Sounds like you don't.
We said we would do something special with it. 6059 has joined up with us for and this is one of the rare times that she has not only been on camera with us, if you're watching, but has actually going to be a voice in, either the podcast or the show. I had said before on the show, she texts quite a bit, and we share a lot of that, or she'll shoot messages over to my phone, things that, we'll sometimes share with you guys. But here you are. And how does it feel?
Crazy.
Okay, good. Nice having you. We'll see you for the 300th. But sorry.
Don't worry, I live with you, so you have to see me all the time.
Get the whole time there.
What I want to know is where's my Diet Coke? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No.
Well, he told me to be here at noon.
Oh, I know. And then we had a Zoom meeting conference thing we had to do. Now, we did ask listeners that what were some questions that you guys had for our 200th, or questions about, you guys, because we had preempted the listeners that you were going to be coming on the show. So I do have some that were submitted on our social media. I also wanted to point something out too. If you're watching this on Spotify or YouTube, did you notice that I put 6059 as your name?
I love it. Really quick before we get into the questions. So I know this because, and I told you on the show, Allie, that I said we are going to unveil something on the podcast that people probably didn't know. Well, there's no way they would have known because I've never mentioned it before. So 6059, which is so weird looking at you, calling you that right now. It's not like I walk out in the morning and I'm like getting my first coffee. Hi, 6059.
What do you call her, babe?
Yeah.
Babe? Honey? Sweetie?
No, in the morning he just, hello, like
Hi.
that.
And
he always has his coffee made for him.
It's a beautiful
Then
thing.
I think you should be pumping out the good morning, beautiful.
Yes. Good morning, beautiful.
He doesn't crawl his ass out until 4:30, and I'm up at 4.
You know what it is? I normally am up earlier than that. I have just been the change of the season this year. Well, on top of the fact we were sick, both those things combined, I'm like, if I could sleep till 6, 7 in the morning, and I never can, but if I could, I absolutely would. But anyway, back to you for a minute. So 6059 has always wanted to do a podcast of your own, and share with people if you ever venture down this path of doing this, other than the drive-by visits that you have on this. What kind of podcast do you want to do?
About single mothers and going through divorce with having a narcissist, gaslighting husband at the time, but now ex-husband.
Ooh. I feel like you could cover a lot of things with that. Number 1, emotions. Number 2, even some of the paperwork that you have to do. I have a friend who, this is not the same topic, but she always said that she could be like a death doula. She wanted to always do like a podcast or book on what to do as far as the steps to take if you have a death in the family, because nobody ever tells you that stuff. And the same if you're going through a divorce and you have a kid, nobody tells you who to contact, what steps to take, what's the best route. I feel like this podcast would be super beneficial for that too.
Now, I have to ask, would you end up having guests in to share their stories? Not just women either. I'm talking men too, because I think there's people that would argue it's not always just, a man bashing experience. Although a lot of times it's very common for a woman to go, he's a narcissistic, gaslighting abuser. It's a go-to. But would you have both sides and share different things, like different guests? Like say it was, what's the one podcast you like?
I'm Over It.
What?
Is it the one I'm Over It or whatever?
No, 6059. You always talk about this one podcast, Jelly Roll's wife.
Oh, Bunny XO.
Bunny
XO. Why am I drawing a blank there?
Yeah,
Jeez.
right?
Would it be that where you'd have different people, sharing different things? How would you do it?
I would probably have you. Then I can just bring my ex-husband in, we
Oh,
can
that's a
talk
bold
about that.
move.
And then maybe, grab some of the dogs, Petey and Frank and Winston, the ones that you haven't taken pictures of yet.
To get them adopted. Yeah,
Yeah.
Frankie
Yes,
and Winston.
right.
I can see you're really helping with that too. To
I like how the
assist in
dogs
getting it out.
became characters on the podcast.
Yeah, she's better at a segue into something else than we are. Jeez.
They have a lot to say. So.
Yeah. Well, all right. So you would have different things. I have never met her ex-husband, and
What?
I don't know that I
Believe
need
me,
to.
you don't want to.
Yeah, oh,
Well, how is that not even? How is that possible? Because you have a kid this kid is, I know, a little bit older. She's what, 20 years old?
She'll be 21 tomorrow.
So 21, and you guys have never been at an event where you all had to attend?
No.
No.
Oh,
Because technically, Jules isn't his, but he raised her from when she was 6 years old until now.
okay.
And arguably outside of, not that I need to defend your ex, but you've said this to me, arguably outside of personal experiences you had as a couple, he seemed, from what you've said, to do a very good job with the girls, because he also has a couple girls himself. Am I pretty okay to say that?
Yeah, so he had two other girls when we got together. One was 6 and one was 8. So Jules and her are like 7 weeks, a month apart, I think. Mm-hmm. But that was one thing that we actually did really well together, was how we raised the girls. And that
Aw.
was about it.
Hey, with guys, they usually are only good at like one thing, and with Scott, let's talk about that. One of the questions was, what is the sweetest thing that Scott has ever done for you?
I gotta really think
listening.
about that.
I'm listening.
Okay, while you think about that, I'll give you another one.
Well, don't distract her. Let her have a minute.
okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Should we talk about something else while she thinks about that?
Well, the only time he's ever been really sweet is when something needs to
Jesus.
be done, like coming home from work. Hey, can you watch the kids? Here's some Diet Cokes.
Well, we talked about that
Or-
on the show this morning, because we talked about having the girlfriend cheat sheet, and the girlfriend cheat sheet is a note on your phone that has everything, like your pizza order. It might be at the very beginning your sibling's name, so he can remember those things. It's honestly something that my hairstylist, my former hairstylist, used to do, because she had so many clients that she would make little notes about each one of them. So when they would come back, she would say, "Oh, how's your daughter Jerica doing?" or whatever. So it's smart for guys to have the girlfriend cheat sheet. So Scott, I feel like he's done that well, as far as like remembering your orders and things like that. But he even said, I got to order her 3 Diet Cokes if I need her to do something. If I need to butter her up.
Oh, if there is a fuck up, if there's a butter up, if there is, But at the same time, too, sometimes, see, this comes back to something else, too. And not that getting Diet Cokes is the sweetest thing I've ever done.
Oh, right. Let's
we'll
find
let her
something
think for
sweeter.
a minute.
Yeah.
But the thing is
Although it's the little things that is very sweet.
oh, the coffee in the morning. I mean, I'm grateful for that every single morning. I try to remember every day to say thank you. I probably don't, but I try to.
No, but I remind him.
She did. That's true. It's very sweet. But the thing about it is, a lot of times on the weekend, I will wake up earlier, and it by nature, I'm like, well, I'm just going to run and get the kids, a donut for breakfast on Saturday. Well, of course, I'm going to go right by and get the Diet Cokes, too.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
some of that on the weekend, it's not just because I fucked up or need to butter up.
No,
Sometimes
but you didn't finish the rest of your reason why.
What would that be?
Yeah.
Because when he's going to do those Diet Cokes, he knows he has to come down and wake my ass up.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
Oh, because the
Yeah.
kids can't be left to their own devices?
No, he gets bored. He gets lonely. He has to have someone with him.
Yeah.
It's
Why
okay.
can you not just be settled with your own time and thoughts?
I think the term "you get bored," I can occupy myself for a period of time, and then I need to be told what to do.
This
And
is-
somebody here knows how to do that. Or actually, both of you. Let me
yes.
just be straight. Both of you are really good
Well,
at that.
I can tell him about Sunday.
What happened on
What's
Sunday?
Sunday?
Sunday, you brought me 3 Diet Cokes. You came downstairs. It must have been about 8:30, 9 o'clock. You set those down, and then you come back down. And you're like, well, I made pancakes and bacon
Ooh.
and toast, and you need to come up and eat. I was like, yeah, I'll get up there when I feel like it.
Where's my invite?
Yeah, well, at this
That's
rate, I'm
actually
just
a really
coming to
sweet
you.
thing. That's a very sweet thing. Okay. What about the trip to New York City? Wouldn't you consider that the sweetest thing he's ever done?
That was just fun.
It was, but then didn't you put it on the company dime?
No. No. The nice one, but no. I mean, it is a very me thing to do, but no.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Such a you
And
thing to
actually,
do.
we need to get back to New York City. We
Yes,
just haven't had
I-
the chance yet. Or maybe, I don't know, there's 7 puppies, but if we unloaded a couple more, if I had somebody help me take pictures of the 2, we could,
My God,
possibly.
you have pictures on your phone that I've sent you of.
Yeah, when they were 4
Winston.
months old, they're
But still,
7
they look
months
the
old.
same.
Okay.
All right, the next question was, does it annoy you? We've talked about how, I feel like we've talked about how you're the quieter of the two. I'm talking to 6059. That you're the quieter of the two.
Yeah, you would not be talking to me.
The question was, do you ever get annoyed being with a loud person?
Oh, yes, there's lots of times where I'm annoyed. He's like the list king.
Oh, this is true.
Oh,
we have mentioned
God.
this on the podcast actually quite frequently and recently.
I'm more where I have the list in my head, and he's the one that has to check it off constantly.
Uh-huh.
Telling people, I'm actually doing something.
Yes, yes. It makes me feel like he didn't get validation as a child. And or maybe it was lots of jobs that where people just did not say thank you, or I think this is a confidence thing. Scott?
I'm glad that this became a psychoanalysis podcast of me.
Well, I think that where I would not care for it is I would think like in a
I
grocery
think
store.
I know where part of the list thing comes from. I will tell you. It's the HGTV theory, okay? What happens in HGTV? You see a house renovated and remade and done over in an hour. They come in, it's like there's no practicality to it whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
So in my mind, I'm thinking I'm accomplishing a lot. We're doing it. I mean, I think there's something connected to that where it's like it's the accomplishments of getting it done. And I'm not looking for you got it done quickly. I'm not looking for a pat on the back or anything like that.
Oh, sounds like it.
It's more like this is on the plate and we got to get it done. I almost think it slightly connects to that sort of a theory. You guys know what I'm talking about. When you watch one of those Let's Make Over a
Yes.
Home, 60 minutes later, and for literally a minute, they're walking through the remade house. You know what I mean?
I also just think that you don't have a shut off valve from here to here. That it can just stay here. Also, staying busy is not a badge of honor. So you're like listing, which makes it seem like you're always busy, but you can go home and like just. I even told you to go home
can
yesterday.
I?
Well, just for a minute, you haven't been feeling well, so I said go home to. This is yesterday. Go home and just lay down for like a half hour. I just don't think you can.
Oh, he usually does.
Oh.
When he gets home from work.
See,
And
That's
wait.
not true at all.
the
Yes,
truth
it
is
is.
revealed.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, because
Yes, it is.
what usually I have to go right from here to get Gavin, and then I have 30
Oh, I got
minutes
a
of
list.
time with homework. Here comes your list. 30 minutes of homework time, and then Lydia's off the bus. And what does she want right away when she gets off the bus?
Snacks.
She wants her charcuterie board.
That's what I'm
which
talking about.
Somebody in this
I'm
room
this-
decided to.
And I make a better one than you.
There's
right?
no doubt about it. I'm absolutely not debating that whatsoever. I have the question from 3386 that I want to get
Okay,
to.
then I have one last one.
That was texted in. And I thought we covered this, but you can answer this. Why do you not want me to fold your underwear?
Because my ex-husband folded my underwear constantly.
So you just want it in a ball.
Yeah, because I'm going to go ruffling through there anyways.
Now, see, it's funny. This is where the beauty of this comes from. I'm the lister. I get blasted for this. You have just made literally, if there was an image of nails going up and down Allie's back of just driving her nuts.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
That's it.
Yes, because I'm very specific. I see it. These are the ones I want. I don't need to ruffle through. I don't want a good pair to get lost. I like to keep them in a rotation. That way you don't go through them too fast.
I'm not going to lie.
I can't even have good pair of underwear when you have
why?
dogs.
That's
Oh, yeah. I used to live
Yeah.
with somebody who had a dog, and the dog ate my underwear a
They
lot.
love to lay on them, take them, love to stretch them. I've never knew underwear could stretch that far.
Just go commando.
No.
true. Let her free.
The last question that I had, hold on, let me get to my little notes here. This one was really cute. Do you guys, this is actually more for Scott and I, Do you guys listen to your radio station in your car?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Well,
Oh, he does all the time. Likes to listen to his podcast, the on demands, because he likes to critique himself.
Oh, I do.
That's actually great. That is, I mean, I have to say that is something that I do. Well, we do, and I do. As a company, we even do it where we will sit down and we will listen to what we did and say, how can we do that better?
Well, and you have to realize too, and I think 6059 has an understanding of this now, being closely connected to this industry, obviously through me. I listen to radio, specifically the station, or any of our stuff. I listen to it very differently from anybody else, the way they listen. You guys are listening to it as someone that's, I want to hear what, 6059, what dirt is she going to dish? What's this? Or you guys hear things differently. I'm listeing for a completely different set of reasons.
Brevity.
I don't even need to get into it. It's
Right.
just it is a totally different style of listening.
It's
Because
the same. Film producers do this too, and directors, when they go back. I have listened to so many different podcasts where actors, actresses, film producers say that when they even watch other films, other TV shows, they're constantly like, oh, did you see that continuity? Not
Yeah.
there. And I think that's how we are in general with our listening.
do you remember when I said, about my book, which is out right now? I think we're, by the way, number 15 on the bestseller list in the U.S. now. I forgot to
Nice.
mention that. The Stories of Transgression. It is
And Recovery.
And Recovery. Yep.
Never can remember the name of his own book.
Never. It's a long title, and I would have named it something else, but it's it's.
You're not
the
the
word
compl-
transgression. I'm like, what? But anyway, I'm part of this book. I don't even own a copy of it. I know what I wrote. Now, 6059. Actually, did you finish all the other story? I meant to ask you this. We might as well catch up on the shit we don't have a chance to always talk about at
Yeah.
home because we're.
No, I haven't finished it, but some of them that I've read, yours is probably like a kindergarten story.
I know.
Compared
I
to
read
the
that.
other ones.
Yeah.
God.
The other
And-
ones are awful.
Yeah. Yeah, you had mentioned that before, that and we talked to one of the other authors, Tessa. She was the queen of BDSM. Did you read that one?
I think I started that one.
Oh yeah, finish it too. Maybe we'll use some tricks.
Well, I'm going to go back to
Sorry.
all right, this podcast is ending soon. I don't want to be a part of that. It goes back to something, a biblical phrase that God won't put on you more than you can't handle. And see,
I've used that line with
just
6059.
God just knew that he
Yeah.
couldn't handle that gag ball. So, only alcoholics for Scott.
Oh, ooh. Whoa. Although I should mention that 6059 does not imbibe in any way, shape, or form. But
No, I don't do that stuff.
At any rate, so that's really cool. The Stories of Transgression and Recovery, which I hope you'll check out. But I wanted, you had seen a little bit more of that book than
And I got
than
a heck
did.
of a deal on it too on Amazon.
Yeah,
$1.99,
Nope,
baby.
49 cents because I had credits
there you go.
Oh, that's awesome.
for Kindle.
She couldn't even get me a fucking royalty.
Nope.
But that being said,
I already give you enough at home.
hello.
Whoa.
That being
Again,
said,
this is taking a
yeah,
turn.
but if you become the queen of BDSM Elmira, then you're really royalty because you have that queen title. Wow, this
What?
took a real weird turn. But anyway, what I was saying was I don't even own a copy of that myself. Like people that are in movies, a lot of times they might see it at the screening, but you don't. You're seeing it differently. Same way that I listen to both radio and the things
I
that
know,
we do.
but when we listen to your on demand, you always hit me and be like, "Oh yeah, here comes a good one. Here comes a good line that I said."
I know. I mean, do you think I'm going to point out? Oh wow, I should have bailed on that bit about 5 minutes
then
ago.
you'll be like, "Listen to this. Allie's going to come right in behind me, and
Oh,
we're going
yeah?
to finish it right off."
That's right. I know
Wow,
all the
this-
good parts.
this
I know
is
the bad
taking a
parts
turn.
too, but
And Gavin's like, "Do we really have to listen to this,
yeah,
Dad?"
that's
Right?
true. Yeah, whatever.
All right, I have one question before you go. Is what was the one thing that you were surprised about dating somebody in this industry that you didn't know prior to dating Scott, and then finding out after? And don't say anything like too big of a secret.
What? I don't even know what you whispered over there, but don't worry.
No, I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Well, we can.
I think the weirdest thing is in the very beginning was going into any stores with him and getting stopped constantly. And now I just leave him in the dust and just go ahead and go wherever
She
I
does.
want
She's
to
like,
go.
I'll be in the paper towel aisle,
Yep,
you know.
yep.
But then
that's flattering.
then they actually come up to me now and say, "Oh my God, you're 60-59."
You know, but that's kind of that nice thing. I mean, you know,
It is.
I'd rather have somebody stop us at Sam's or at Wegmans and be like, you know, hey man, and usually it's pretty quick. I mean,
Yeah.
it's rare. Once in a blue, we'll bump into somebody that we know a little bit better.
Do I need to tell them what you say after they leave?
No.
Nope. But we'll leave that one there.
I was
not
gonna
for air
say-
doesn't necessarily mean not for podcasts either. Or
I was
does.
going to say the one thing I really like about it is the phrase I've been using for almost 19 years. If I got paid in hugs, I'd be rich.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
Now, you know,
because I get
coming
hugged
back-
a lot.
So you should do this. So I'll turn this to 60-59. So this was, I can answer something very sweet. And it wasn't so much something
That you do for her, of course.
No, it's not
Oh.
so much something sweet that I do for her. I remember something that stood out to me as very sweet in the beginning. And I mean, you don't talk about this all the time now because we've been together for, quite a period of time.
It's nice to reminisce, though.
Yeah, but in the beginning,
But do you want me to tell them what you really said when you first saw me that day?
Nice yabos.
No, she must be able to suck a mean cock.
oh my God, I
What?
did not say
Yes,
that.
you did.
No, I did
Yes, you
not.
did.
I did
Yes, you
not.
did.
No, I did
Well,
not.
fine.
That is
Wait,
a
wait,
bold-faced
wait,
lie.
why is this-
Wow.
What?
I never said
Why
that.
No, you said, man, she could really fuck probably really well. That's what
I
you said,
never
right?
said that either. I
Stop
never
your
said-
damn lying. You're
Wow,
starting to get red
it
over
took
in the
21
face.
minutes, but she's out of her shell.
Wait a second. What? How did that happen? What happened?
What are we? I don't even know when
Remember
this
when I
happened.
came for the fundraiser?
Yeah, here.
Yeah, and then you came in, you're like, oh, Allie threw you in there or whatever, without me or something.
Oh,
and you
no,
were shocked that I
Let
took-
me
Wait, what?
clarify that.
Yes, please.
Let me clarify that. And Allie will attest to this fact because when you left, there was a vibe, an air, if you will, in the studio after you left. And do you remember, Allie? I looked right
And it
at
wasn't
you.
me farting.
Yeah,
No, you
it was
said
just-
she wants me.
Yeah, did I not say something
No.
like that? I go, I'm pretty sure she
no,
wants to.
I asked you what you were thinking when I came in, and that's when
Oh.
you told me the truth.
Well, no, that
Oh,
may have
stop
been-
your stuttering. Yes, you
That
did.
may
You
have
know
been
it.
true. That may not have been true.
See?
That may have been me
Yeah,
just joking
he
around.
definitely didn't say that out loud.
I
Not
did
to
not. And that may have just been a joke between the two of us, which now the whole world knows. But of course, if you're going to say, what did you think when you first saw me? Do you think I'm going to be all sweet and cuddly and be like, oh, she's a beautiful soul. She is a really wonderful
Yeah.
woman that is going to come into my life, stay, and actually, help me with life,
And put
with
up
my
with my
kids and
crap.
that, like that. No, you look at your partner and go, yeah, I bet she sucks a mean one. That's what you do. It's a joke. That's what you really kept that with you, thinking like I was being serious. Like, you know what I mean.
No, but that was what you said.
Well, yes. Now that we
See?
know how it was said.
I bet you there's some truth to that.
Now, shut up. Now I bet you know how it was. Now that we know that it was all meant to be in sweet fun, because you don't really. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, I could have looked at you and I could have been like, "Wow," And by the way, I want to point something out. As you just floored us all with that yesterday, another one of our coworkers highly complimented you on how incredibly wonderful it is that you and how lucky I am that you came into my life. How very kind and very good you are to the kids, and not
Well,
everybody.
that's the easy part, Scott.
Well, yeah, I know they're awesome, but the whole package there, and how lucky and how blessed that was, because that doesn't happen to everyone.
No.
How much did you pay them?
And Sean actually said that
Oh, Sean-
unprompted.
Sean
yeah,
loves me
of
anyways.
course. So
I was wondering who it was.
So in all honesty, now we know that was the joke. Of course, I'm going to tell her a line like that. Do you think I'm going to look at her and be like,
He
No.
was
I
laughing so
am
hard when he
completely
came over to
blessed.
the house that night to go to Buffalo with you.
"Oh my God!"
And you whip
yeah.
out that white jacket that was actually yellow now. And I said, when you take that outside and the breeze blows, that's going to disintegrate.
I had
Wait,
so I-
why was your jacket white than
It
yellow?
was
Okay.
one from the radio station. that
so
he
I-
was at.
Oh, it was old.
It was one of those old white satin jackets, which I wasn't the only one there with one that still had one. And man, that thing hasn't seen the light of day in probably 40 years almost, and 30 some years. So we were afraid it would disintegrate. But anyway, I will come back to something, since maybe it's a weird question to answer about name something sweet he's done for you or vice versa. I think both of us are very good at trying to remember little things on a pretty regular basis. Not perfect. I'll never say anybody's perfect at it. But I would say this. If you want to know something sweet, this always has struck me as very sweet. Do you remember in the very early days of the relationship, you had made some comments when you were listening to the show before we knew each other. And you had made some comments about me and not knowing any of my situation that I was going through, which, by the way, is all in the book, The Stories of Transgression and Recovery.
Wait, is this just basically a free plug for your book?
Yeah.
Yes.
But do you remember what you were saying about that, when you would listen?
Yeah, that you seemed off, like something was going on.
Yeah.
Oh.
But there's
I was
more.
saying, yeah, he seems off, yeah.
Yeah, there was more. You had said, if I remember correctly, and it's weird your camera angle. It's like we're seeing one eye.
There you go.
So I remember you saying something to the effect of, I knew I had to try to meet him or get, in some way
Save him.
Yes, save you.
Save. I mean, I don't know if I needed saving, but
Well,
I certainly.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Really. Wow. This has been a great one.
Yeah.
I really can't wait for the 400th when you get lucky enough to get invited back in. But anyway,
Maybe we can bring in your ex-girlfriend and your ex-wife.
I thought,
Just kidding.
let's do it all.
Yeah.
But that's But I thought that was very kind and very sweet that you, without any conversation, nothing, you had picked up on something. And I tried very hard, and Allie will attest to this. I tried very hard to be the normal me, whether it always worked or not. But the fact that you picked up on that, and
There was a negative. There was a black cloud for a little
there was a
bit.
period, but it wasn't just that. Did you depict a level of sadness that was out there? Like, what was? How would you
He's
describe
fishing for a
it?
compliment. Just give the boy a compliment.
It was probably sadness and like I don't know, like life ended for you. Because that's what I felt like when I went through my divorce.
Aw.
It was actually, I'll tell you, besides the fact of just, having a great companion in your life, it's nice that there is something that has a level of, you can compare things. Not, obviously, the situation's vastly different.
Right, but there's a relatable
There is a
place.
relatability there,
Yes.
too, and sometimes that's very nice to just have that. And
It's
I
like a
thought that
Venn
was sweet.
diagram. There's some differences, but there are some things that you guys can compare and say, oh yeah, I went through something similar.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
definitely.
What else is there? What, you got another
We're
question?
gonna wrap up soon.
You have one more question, though, don't you?
No, I got all my questions.
Yeah, she
Oh, you
used them
did?
all.
I sure did.
Oh.
I sure did.
Jeez.
I know. Happy 200.
Yeah, this was. I hope people enjoyed the 200th. We got a little bit of extra time with 6059 to.
We were late
introduce
today
her.
on the recording time. I'm sorry for that. Yeah. It is what
It
is.
happens.
Yeah, I know.
You gonna go back and get lunch now because I know you haven't eaten.
No, I'll eat when I get home.
Bullshit.
I'll
But
have
anyway.
peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Okay, that's
Oh wait,
accurate.
is Scott not making dinner for you?
Oh, he believes that dinner should be made at 7 o'clock at
Oh,
night.
bullshit. I try to get it ready. I'm on a
Sorry, I don't
soccer
want-
schedule.
Oh my God, I can't wait till that freaking thing.
Haven't you guys ever heard of a crock pot?
Yeah. 6059 and I'll eat the crock pot. The kids will not.
Oh.
So I have to kind of balance this thing.
Gotcha.
Why? What do you want for dinner tonight? I'll get home in the next hour and start it.
Roast.
Roast.
That's what I always put in a crock pot. Roast, carrots, potatoes,
Roast.
Oh, don't act like you're not good at it. I know, Scott, you're a great cook.
I will.
Yeah, get to stepping. Go get that dinner made.
All right,
Yeah.
time to light the smoker.
Yep.
All right, back to work with you, and then we're gonna do something, and I don't know what's happening, but we'll see you for episode 201, hopefully down the line.
Heck yeah. Thank you guys, everyone who have listened for all of this time. This has been so great. And I can't wait to just continue to do this podcast. It is definitely one of my favorite things that we do.
Oh, there is a lot of fun on this. Sometimes they get good and crazy. So this one, it was just a
quit
good let's get
analyzing it.
together.
Oh my God,
Yep,
you
this
sound-
was Rip Scott apart. I
You
knew it
sound
was
like my
coming.
dad.
I knew it was
Yep.
coming.
All right, bye.
Yeah, bye.
Well, that was fun. Wasn't that fun? That was fun. Do us a favor, will you? Subscribe. Share the Scott and Allie Not For Air podcast. Touch our buttons. We know you want to.